This is a SAW Fat Max ammo can, and inside I've got a radio I'd like to show you. So here we have a Kenwood D710 that's mounted inside a HDPE case. There is a SignalLink USB device, as well as there's a power button right here. There's a USB, two USB ports right there, and right here is a 30 amp power pole connector to hook up anything that would use a power pole as an output. This is a power pole connection for a solar panel to charge the battery that's inside of here, and there's also a standard power pole or a standard DC barrel jack here to charge the battery as well with the standard battery charger. It's a light LiFePO battery. Right up here we've got a USB port to connect the computer up to the SignalLink device. The mic just goes in this little slot right here and sits inside of here. The head unit can be taken out very gently and carefully. It's just sitting in here inside of this cradle here, as you can see, right? Just a little shelf. It's connected with a cable that goes on the side there. And over here is the radio. So the radio is mounted to the side plate of the HDPE here. The antenna connector's right here, the fan, and this is connected to the SignalLink device there. And you might be asking, well, why am I using a SignalLink device here with the D710? Because the D710 does APRS and packet radio right out of the box, right? Well, you're right about that. It does do packet radio right out of the box, but it does not do VARA FM. So you can also do FT8, JSA call, and other things as well with the use of the SignalLink device, right? But VARA FM will get you 9600 baud speeds, which actually ends up being much faster than 9600 baud packet. I think the maximum transfer rate is around 12 to 13 kilobits per second in comparison to the standard 9600 that you see with packet radio. So it's more efficient transfer road. I'm going to go ahead and take the box out from the can and let you see the box from inside. So here we have the shell essentially taken out from inside of the ammo can, and you can see here this is all cut. This whole thing was made with a jigsaw and a drill press, right? So everything I did here I did with just standard common tools. I didn't use a CNC router. I used a table saw in some cases to cut the HDPE as best I could, but there were situations where, you know, trying to fit this together like a puzzle pieces that you see here, had to use a jigsaw, as well as drill and countersink the screws in the sides there, as you can see. Sorry about the focus here, this camera really sucks. Anyways, that's one of the sides. You can see the other side here. Again, it's the end plate. Turn it around. In this side you can see the battery, which is unfortunately it's taped right here, right? So this is a pretty good sized battery here. I got a bigger battery than this radio really needs, specifically because I want to be able to take advantage of the 30 amp output on the power pole up there. If I ever wanted to connect up my HF rig to this unit, I could do so by plugging into the power pole connector on the top, as well as using the USB connectors there as well. So this thing will run, just on this radio, will run a long time. So it's essentially, you know, overkill, essentially, if you will, for this radio itself. But it's I overkill the design here. So I'm gonna flip it on the side there and give you a little view inside here. So on the bottom of the box, you can see there's two power pole distribution blocks right here and right there. The one on the right is switched, and that contains the USB connectors. I am going to move the solar, there's a solar charger right there, a Genasun 110 right in the back there for charging the battery. using a solar panel. And I chose the Genasun specifically because it's radio friendly. Everybody says that they have absolutely no noise. It's an MPPT charger, so it's a fantastic charger. And it's right now it's hooked up to this one, which is the unswitched block, but I'm going to hook it up to this one because once the battery's plugged in here, this is constantly getting power, and I'm seeing a blinking green light on there, and I don't want to just drain the battery for the sake of draining the battery, right? So I'll kind of get down below here a little bit. You can see it's a rat's nest of wiring in there. You've got all 12 gauge wires that go up in there. They go up and connect up to the various different connectors in the top. And then the battery itself, which you see is right here, just plugs right into the first port there on the distribution block, and that powers the entire thing. So yeah, you can see this is actually 144, it's upside down here, but it's a 144 watt hour battery, so it's a pretty good sized battery. This thing will last a long time, and it's a Bioenno, which is very good quality. These are fantastic batteries for amateur radio use, as well as other applications where you don't have to worry about off-gassing or venting of your batteries at all. You can see here that the unit itself is, again, this is the bottom of the unit here. It's plugged in to the head, and it's plugged in right there. On the side there is where the key mic gets plugged into right there. And yeah, that's basically it. Everything's kind of compact and put into this neat little box here. Flip it back on the side here. And tested it out the other night, and everything seems to work fantastic with regards to not only the standard radio, but VARA and packet and everything else. So I'm really pleased with this device here. I'll come back in a second here and turn it on and show you what it looks like all turned on and fired up. Alright, so I've got a temporary antenna mounted on here. As you can tell, this is just an HT antenna. So we definitely don't want to transmit with this thing. It can't handle 50 watts of power, so I think this is rated for 10 watts max, but just for the purpose of demonstrating this setup here, I just put this antenna on here for now. You can put a mag mount, obviously, from a car on here, or a roll-up Slim Jim or something, you know, that will work for a quick deploy. I had this thing hook up to my antenna on my roof last night, and it was doing great. So let me go ahead and turn it on so you can see it. So now we got the power turned on to the actual power pole block down there that has the power going to it, and you can see this actually has a voltmeter built into it, so you can monitor the volts. And again, as I said earlier, it's got two USB 3.0 quick connects, so you can do a quick charge of your phone or any other device if you wanted to. That's very handy. But going ahead and turn the radio on here. There we go. Oh, you can see there we've already got a signal. So it's going ahead and scanning right now. But yeah, basically this is it. I said, you know, again earlier, you can hook up the signal link device to the computer and use VARA on there, or JSA call, or one of those other types of digital modes, and it works fantastic. I mean, I love this radio. It's the main reason I got this radio specifically, was because of the fact that it's got the external data packet port on the back there, so you can run all those other digital modes directly into the radio and not have to worry about you know, losing anything with regards to signal or anything on that. So anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys, everybody, this is took a little while to build, right? I had to cut custom fab and cut all this stuff out, you know, measure twice, cut once, make sure you don't screw it up. And of course there were a few times I had to recut some things, but yeah, I absolutely love it. It turned out great. I do have to put a couple little extra blocks up in the corners here, just to make sure that when the cover's on it, and if it does tip over, that it won't squash the head unit here, or the signal link device. But the cover, you can see this is recessed here, so the cover itself is recessed, or the panel is recessed in here, meaning it's not going to hit this cover when the cover closes on it. But I just definitely got to make sure to put something up here that it doesn't tip over and cause problems. So anyways, I just wanted to share this with you guys, and hopefully you found this informative, and give me a thumbs up if you like it. Talk to you later.